Hello, everybody, all of you beautiful love seekers. I am so happy to be with you today on this Wednesday. I hope wherever you are, you're staying cool. We're in Miami and it's really scorching over here, but freezing in this room. So I wanted to talk with you today about a topic that really bogs people down. Last week, we talked a lot about blind spots. Who remembers? Blind spots are things that are getting in your way and they're hidden from your view and they're keeping you from having what you truly want. So I want you to think for a moment when it comes to your love life, what is it that you really want? What is it that you want? How do you want to feel? Where do you want to be? Right? Most people have this list. They're looking at a list and they're going out there, not creating, not working effectively. So today I want to talk about really one of the big things that keeps people from love. And you know what it is? It's emotional incompletions. Emotional incompletions around things from the past. Okay? So today's topic is about, are you addicted to your ex? Now, initially you might say, no, I'm not addicted to my ex. We are broken up. You may have broken up even a year ago, or 5 years ago, or 10 years ago, or 20 years ago, or 30 years ago. But you know what happens? Do you ever find yourself thinking about an ex, wondering, if only I were different, or this person were different, maybe it would have gone differently. Do you ever notice that when you're lonely or tired, you think about an ex? You may think, oh, I wonder what this person is doing, and maybe you poke around their social media. Well, here's what I want you to know. If you are honest enough to be willing to say, yeah, I do that, and I do still think about an ex, then you are really suffering from an emotional incompletion. You see, you can be physically broken up, but not emotionally. And if you're not emotionally complete, oh man, there is no possibility for new love. No possibility for new love. Now you might say, oh, but I'm dating and I'm looking and I don't even think about the person, or I don't care about the person. Guess what? You know how much space, inner space, readiness. Well, let me ask you this question. How much inner space do you think you need to welcome new love? 50%, 80%, 95%, or 100%? How free and available and emotionally complete do you think you need to be? The answer is you need to be 100% complete in order to find new love. Why? Because we are energy. We are made up of energy. If we have feelings or regrets or sadness around an ex, and we're thinking, oh, maybe I let this one get away, or maybe it was my fault. Guess what? There's no chance for new love. So I really want you to internalize that this process of getting complete, and what really happens for so many of us is, do you notice that you think about an ex? Do you notice that your ex treated you badly and you're like so relieved to be away from this person, but yet you go back and forth, you think about them, you wonder, all of these feelings, these things that come up. Look, I have clients that come into my program that are literally addicted to exes who really treated them badly. Can you relate to that? Like an ex that you know was not good, but yet, again, you're thinking about them, you're in regret, or you have anger towards them, or anger about yourself. How could I put up with that? And sometimes we are what I call love junkies. It's so hard for a love junkie, right? And I don't love titles, but I want to illustrate a point. A love junkie behavior is when you cannot let go of an ex, even when they treat you badly. Why? Why is that? Why is it someone treats you badly, but but you're still addicted. Think about that for a minute. Does it make any sense? You say you want love, but the person who treated you badly, didn't meet your needs, wasn't on your timeline, was cheated on you, was emotionally unavailable, didn't consider, didn't put you first, put you last. Do you ever notice that? Like, yeah, I would just want to be away from that person. But you know what really happens when we're in this love junkie behavior? What's really happening is we're operating from the past, right? And this person who treats us really badly is someone that we inherently want, we need, we have this unconscious need to change them, to fix them, to make them love us. And then we get addicted and we like have to fix it. And then when we're treated badly, we can't get out. It doesn't make sense. Smart, successful women staying in relationships that are bad or get out and they still think about the person. So again, this is happening not because of anything outside of ourselves, but it's happening really at the root core of it because of our unresolved core wounds. I'll say that again. It's because of our unresolved core wounds. Hi, Jennifer. Jennifer Louise. She found her love. I'm so excited for you. She's on my wall. And Deb Asbury, she knows this well because she's on the other side of it. So when we're addicted, it's almost like we revel in being treated badly. Why? Because on some unconscious level, one, we don't feel like we deserve any better. And we are so used to self-loathing and beating ourselves up that it becomes just, it's like a pleasure center. I know it sounds crazy, but we blame ourselves. And this, again, comes from childhood, how we were treated in childhood. Then we get with people who don't meet our needs and we get crumbs. Like, okay, the relationship was good. Sometimes. So what are we really saying if a relationship is good? Sometimes. What are we saying about our real deservedness? Right? We're saying, I don't deserve better. I will accept crumbs. Give me crumbs. And we self-loathe to the point that the other person is right and we're wrong. And then we're so used to being wrong. We're so used to beating ourselves up. So there's another way. And the other way is to wake up and open your eyes to really what is conscious, healthy love, where you're not settling, where you're actually receiving, you're in a healthy, conscious, reciprocal relationship. Imagine that. But if you've never had that, then how are you supposed to know what it is? Right? So what do we revert to? We revert to abusive, nasty relationships where we say, oh, maybe I can't be in one, or maybe it's not in the cards for me. That is so not true. And you guys, you need someone like to snap you into shape, to give you the real information about what is possible, what is available through personal change, not personal analysis of yourself for the next 20 years or fake self-worth. No, I am talking about transformation. So let me tell you a story. Her name is Sabrina Dora Lopez, and I interviewed her about 3 weeks ago. Sabrina Dora Lopez she's beautiful, she's smart, she's creative, she's a healer, she's an Ayurvedic practitioner. But man, oh man, she was in a relationship with a guy who treated her really like garbage, and no exaggeration here. She wants to get married and have a family. She wants to live on acreage. She wants to grow plants and fruits and vegetables. She wants a sweet life with a real partner. Her partner treated her like literally, not subtle, but like, I'm never going to marry you. Like talking about other women in her presence. Like the red flags were all there for years. To the point that this guy was so hellaciously awful that when her beloved little dog died, instead of him comforting her and saying, oh, baby, I'm so sorry, you know what he did? He blamed her. So it's like a mean, awful parent. And so why would she be in that relationship? Why would she settle? And what she said was, oh, well, there was romance and we had some good times. So what? You could have romantic good times with, almost with anyone, but that's not who she is and that's not what she wants. So why did she stay for 3 years? Why did she take the abuse? Why was she so addicted to such a bad, awful guy? Why are you? If you're listening, why are you clogged up with things when it's counterintuitive? I want love, but I'm not getting it. So I interviewed Sabrina Dora Lopez, and she said to me, so fast forward, she found her love. She found her love. She found a man who sees her, who adores her, who wants to have children with her. They're designing it, they're planning it out. She said, not only is he kind, but he is sexy and handsome, and he is smart, and he is generous. And they met each other's families, and it's just everything. Because we learn in our program that when it's right, it flows. It just flows. How will you know it will flow? So in our interview, which I'm going to share the link below so that you could hear her talk about it, and this is extremely common, and believe me, I was the same way many, many years ago. She said, you know what? I think I was reveling in the abuse. In other words, it was like she was so feeling good being treated so badly. She's so used to it. Now, if we look back at her childhood, we could see how she was treated in her childhood and how familiar that relationship was. And it took so much time. She couldn't let go. And she kept thinking about him. And she kept going back and taking more and more and more and more crumbs. Looking back, she's like, oh my God, what was I thinking? Now I have everything I want. So the point is, it takes perspective to be on the other side. It takes perspective to have a new understanding of our own behavior, not an analysis of that. Why we settle, why we take crumbs, why we allow ourselves to be alone when we really do want healthy, nourishing love, not bad love. Because when you say, I'd rather be alone than in another bad relationship, what do you think you're speaking into the universe? What do you think you're really saying? I'd rather be alone. Okay, so you're going to get to be alone. And that's something that we are self-creating because we're in an identity that is rooted in old conditioning. It's rooted in suffering. It's rooted in pain. And there's a big payoff to stay in that paradigm. So what do you think the payoff is? To say I'd rather be alone, or staying addicted, incomplete. The payoff is that you don't have to learn love, is that you don't have to open yourself up. You don't have to take any risks at all. And love, healthy love, is all about receiving. It's about reciprocity. It's about a beautiful congruence where you are, in fact, having your emotional needs met. It's a high vibration. But if we don't make the real changes to get unclogged and step out of our blind spots, can you see how we just distract and we make excuses and we stay in bad situations? Because the things that we're afraid of, our biggest fear, if our biggest fear is being hurt and abandoned, then when we date, what do you think we attract unconsciously? This is unconscious. This is autopilot behavior, right? We We stay in bad relationships, we justify, we beat ourselves up, we feel unworthy, and then we pretend we're not. And that's where codependency comes in. Oh, if you love me, I'm okay. If you don't, then I'm not. All that stuff. So my point to you today is that you can get unstuck in love. You can get unaddicted when you have a new conscious understanding of yourself and your true needs, and you're willing to stretch and grow and learn and transform to a higher vibration, to a new understanding, separate from the little box of our childhoods, of what we think we know. Because if not, we just keep attracting the same wrong people, and then we complain about dating sites, and we complain about all these things. And if you want to get agreement about, oh, men suck, or this is such a problem, or I don't like online dating, or, all that, and we want to keep self-flagellating, putting ourselves down, then we can do that. But the problem is, then you get to be alone. You get to stay alone when you're meant to have your soulmate. Because you can have your emotional incompletions. You can stay addicted to men who don't offer you anything. You can be in romance land or fantasy land that, oh, but we had some good times. Or you can be with your soulmate. And that takes a whole new perspective. That takes a version of you that is open, that is willing to receive. Because we're not used to receiving, right? Who here is used to receiving? No. You give to your kids, you give in your careers, you give. But this is a whole different experience of yourself that I'm talking about. And getting complete, really complete, is a beautiful process that we do in our program about relearning and understanding the whole picture about healthy love and letting go. It really is about letting go. Letting go is a big cessation of pressure. It's a new understanding. It's a new empowered story versus the old one that is protecting us from having what we want the most. So who wants that? Who wants to experience sweet, nourishing love? Who wants to step away from old ways, old thinking patterns, so that you can just set a goal and create? It's about be someone who receives healthy, nourishing love in a reciprocal paradigm. Be love. Do the things that people who receive and have conscious relationships do, and then have it, right? How exciting is that? How beautiful is that? I am here to lovingly kick your asses because I know that that's what I needed, because I was a codependent love junkie, and I kept wasting time and years wishing and hoping and just psychoanalyzing, which didn't really change anything. We need to have real inner shifts to make this new life possible. And when you do, you can be with your love in no time at all. But it is a beautiful journey. You deserve love. You deserve to be inspired. And guess what? The most important thing is, just like Sabrina Dora Lopez said, oh my God, what was I doing? I'm so excited. I'm so happy I did the work, the real work, the transformation, the ahas, the breakthroughs that call us into a new way that really calls in healthy love. Not woo-woo, sit around, I'm a good person, it's going to happen. No. But if you really want to have that, start dreaming, start allowing. If you want someone to hold your hand, then that is what we do. That is what we do. And every Wednesday, you'll find me here sharing the truth about who you can be, stepping into your wholeness and an embodiment for love, and then you can have love. All right, guys, so if you are ready to transform and experience love like this fall, you know, I look for people who are highly motivated, ready to make the changes, and then boom, we make those changes happen quickly, and then before you know it, I teach you how to find your soulmate with a plan. Imagine a plan, step 1, step 2, step 3, in a fully authentic way of being that feels like you're your best self in a process that's inspired, where dating is actually fun. So if you are interested in doing that, then just DM me or put below, be the one, because if you learn how to be the one and you step into that, you will find the one. So beautiful. So that's it for me today. If you have any questions, feel free to put them below, DM me. I want to hear your insights about your exes and what you're noticing. And if you're ready to be the one and get unaddicted and create sweet, healthy love, then I'm here for you. All right, guys, have a beautiful day, and I'll see you next Wednesday. Bye now.